Okay, we're filming.
Okay.
But I feel like I should make it a little bit higher.
Okay. Let's
Maybe.
take that. Just move all that junk. Let's see here.
That's better.
Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay.
Over. Just teeny bit scooching that way. Okay. Yep, we're filming.
Okay, great.
All right.
Come on. All right. Thank you for coming in today, Lisa.
Appreciate you seeing me.
Yeah, this is your first visit, so I'm excited to get to know you a little bit. So what brings you in today?
Well, I've been having a hard time at work. I feel like there's a certain group of girls, ladies, that when I walk over to them, there's always like a hush, or they walk away, or people that I feel like were my friends previously up until now, I feel like there's something going on where they don't want to talk to me anymore, or they're talking about me, and I feel uncomfortable around a lot of my coworkers.
Oh, okay. So you're telling me that you feel like people are talking about you?
Yes.
And you're starting to feel uncomfortable because of it.
Very uncomfortable. Yes.
How did they act before then?
Well, before, I would say this started in the last week and a half or so, and before then, they talked to me pretty much. We weren't like best friends, but they spoke to me and we had polite conversation. I didn't feel like there was a hush whenever I come around, or like they had a reason to not want to talk to me, or oh, I've got to go do this, I don't have time to talk about this right now, that kind of thing.
Has anything changed?
Well, I know that right now I'm going through a difficult time at home, and I also feel like the people at work, I feel like they're like tired of me, like they're tired of hearing about how I'm having a difficult time, or they're tired of me being upset about things or emotional about things, and like they just don't want to have anything to do with me anymore.
What I'm hearing you say is that you're feeling very uncomfortable around them because of what you think is their reaction to you right now.
Yes.
So how long has it been going on? About a week?
About 2 weeks, I'd say, at the very most. I feel like I started noticing it. But, I also feel like at the same time, things have been difficult outside of work too. So sometimes it makes me feel like, am I misconstruing the situation? Were they never really my friends to begin with? Or are they just sick of listening to me? I guess I'm overthinking it quite a bit.
Oh, okay. So let me see if I understand this correct. You see these ladies together, and you feel like they're talking about you. And so you feel like there's a possibility that your perception might be off a little bit, and you're overthinking this.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that you've done anything that has caused this to happen?
I don't feel like, and I can't recall, because I've been through my interactions with them several times, and I can't recall a time where I've had like a disagreement, or I've talked about them, or something ugly happened with any of us. I just feel like this sort of wall has come up between me and this group of ladies all of a sudden, and when I come over to them, it's like, and then they're like, oh, I have to go do this, and then they go on, and they don't really want to have anything to do with me.
Oh, okay. Do you think that some of the things that are going on at home are causing you to feel like, people are, maybe you're not feeling as comfortable with yourself?
I think it has a little bit to do with, like I said, with the perception thing, and I think, they could very well be talking about me. They might be. But I guess what my problem is, I have to get over this fact about that maybe someone is talking about me. And if they are, then they are. I just can't get over that right now. And combined with what's going on at home and combined with what I perceive to be my coworkers or some of my coworkers not liking me anymore, I'm finding it difficult to feel comfortable in general.
But you're able to focus right now, and it seems like you're very aware of how you're feeling, and what's going on. Um, in the past, I've had situations where I have felt like people were talking about me in groups like that, especially when I worked at Belk's. And, what I did is I did a lot of work on me. I did a lot of journaling and things like that. Is that something you think you could, try right now?
Oh, I definitely think that's my main reason for being here is that I need to. I know I can't. On some level, I know that I can't make these girls be friends with me, but I have to find a way to deal with that on my own, whether that is journaling or continuing coming to counseling or whatever it is. I have to start to be able to deal with the situation, whatever it is, and kind of process those feelings because I'm just feeling awfully just uncomfortable and anxious about the whole thing right now.
What do you think is preventing you from doing that? I mean, you seem to be very in tune to what's going on.
I think that I think up until this point, I really was looking for an answer of why don't these girls want to talk to me? What's the problem? What am I doing? But I think just in like the last day or so since I've really kind of taken the whole situation into consideration, I feel like I'm going to have to find some sort of long-term solution for this, not just why don't these girls want to talk to me? That seems like a side issue at this point. I have to be able to deal with if there are people that don't want to talk to me, then they don't want to talk to me. And if I'm having difficulties at home, then I have to find some kind of way to not let that seep into work and me just walk around feeling uncomfortable and anxious and miserable all the time.
Right.
I have to find a better way to deal with what I'm feeling.
Do you have any skills now that you're using that you think are effective?
Well, I think that making this appointment and coming here was a good first step.
I agree.
And I think that in the past I've journaled and I got away from it in the last couple of years. I think that journaling would be a very good way to get back in touch with how I'm feeling about a certain thing. And then a lot of times I remember when I did used to journal, I could write it out, I could read it, and I could say, and I could kind of reflect on if that was accurate or if that was just all kinds of crazy emotions talking at the time, just what was going on in my head at the moment.
Right. There's a good book out. It's called David Byrne's The New Mood Therapy book. Mm-hmm. And that might be helpful to you because it helps you to challenge some of those negative thoughts that we have about our situations and our perceptions. Mm-hmm. That might be something that might be helpful to you.
That sounds good.
What are you going to do? What are you going to try to do in the next few days to try to help you with this problem?
Well, I think that when I go back to work, I know that I'm not just going to magically feel all better about everything. Right. But I think that just from us talking here in the last little bit has kind of helped me to starting to put in perspective that, if whatever's going on with why I feel these girls are the way they are, right, I'm going to have to do some kind of work with myself so that it doesn't bother me so much anymore, So whether that's, reading a book or journaling or just kind of refocusing my attention on something different and doing another task at work instead of worrying about what some girls are saying, then that's probably what I need to be doing and making a little bit more constructive use of my time and not worrying about what some girls might be talking about or aren't talking about.
I agree. I think those are all really good solutions that you're coming up with. You know, I know for me it's hard to get distracted away from things,
Mm-hmm.
but the more I can try to focus on the good
Mm-hmm.
and focus on my things that I need to work on,
Mm-hmm.
as far as getting the children into place and, just teaching them and putting more energy in my uh, um, plans, my
Mm-hmm.
daily plans, and things
Mm-hmm.
like that for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to help a little more,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I don't focus so much on what I perceive as being negative, but I try to focus on the things that are positive in my life
Mm-hmm.
and the things that I can do to help me, you know, get beyond those feelings of
Yeah,
negativity.
and I guess that's kind of what I need to do. I need to work with myself at this point about getting beyond it. I, I know enough to know that there may be nothing I can ever do about these girls and how they feel about me or whatever, but I have to help me at this point do something to get beyond it because I don't want to continue to feel this way anymore.
Okay. So, what are some of the goals that you would like to set going forward?
Well, I would like to journal for a designated amount of time every day. Um, I think that I could get the book that you were talking about and
Very good.
read a little bit of that every day and just maybe write myself some sort of affirmation or a note every morning to focus on the positive or ask myself a couple times a day, where's your focus right now? Are you focusing on the good things? Are you focusing on getting things done? Or are you focusing on stuff that's really not worth your time, like what someone might be saying or might not be saying or whatever. I have to kind of work on redirecting my thinking each day.
Okay. Do you have a spiritual way of living? Do you
Yes,
do you have a connection with a God that can help you?
I do.
Okay. Do you find strength in that?
Yes, I do. And I try to when I drive to work in the morning, I listen to some Christian music and I do some kind of meditating on the day and just what I hope to get done. It just feels like here lately I've gotten kind of stuck down in worrying about these ladies instead of the things that I used to do that kind of kept me going.
Right. Right. Um, you have a better idea now
Mm-hmm.
of some of the things that you can do,
Mm-hmm.
and you've made some plans,
Mm-hmm.
and you've set some goals in order to help yourself. Have you thought about coming back to see me? Is that part of your plan?
Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Mm-hmm.
How frequently do you think you would like to visit me?
I think I would like to come every other week if you think that would be, or if you think I should start off every week.
Um, how intense is your uncomfortability?
It's not so intense that I can't go to work and I'm paralyzed with anxiety, but it gets to me sometimes and I feel kind of out of sorts at work at certain times of the week and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe I probably could do with every other week unless I feel like things start to get really really bad.
Right. Right. I think every other week would be fine,
Okay.
as long as I'm always here if you need me.
Okay.
You certainly can call.
Mm-hmm.
If things get a little bumpier,
Mm-hmm.
and have you thought about joining a support group or any kind of maybe a church group or anything like that that could give you some support going through this?
Well, there's a group that meets at a church on Monday nights that I think that I could go visit. They talk about anxiety and fear and stress and all those kinds of things, and I think that it would be a great fellowship to be part of. I think that I could find some people there that could really help me kind of process through all these things I'm going through at the moment.
Okay. Have you been before?
I've been before, yes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're used to going there.
Yes.
Are you used to sharing openly about your problems?
I have in the past, yeah. I think and I don't think it would be difficult for me to get back into that habit. I just have to jump back into it, you know.
Okay. Do you have support at home?
I do. I do have support at home.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Okay.
I have a very good friend that I call every afternoon.
Oh,
And I've
wonderful.
got 2 children and a husband, and my mom and dad and sisters live in Gastonia too, so I've got folks all around.
Yes, you do. Well, aren't you fortunate?
I am. I'm a very lucky
You
girl.
are fortunate. Well, you seem a lot more upbeat now than you did when you first came in.
Yes.
And I'm really glad of that. Do you think this has been helpful?
Oh, very much. I already
Oh,
feel a little bit better. Kind of
Well,
just putting
good.
it out there.
Well, good. Well, good. Well, I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, and I hope all goes well. And like I said, you can call me if you need me in the interim.
Okay.
And, I wish you all the luck. And you take care of yourself and come back to see me.
Thank you very much, Miss Adams.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you.
Lisa. You have a good day.
You too. Bye bye now.
Bye bye now.